Feel incredible!
It's not a cartoon. It's anime. Oh, my throat.
Pause.
Yeah, pause.
Hey.
Welcome to another episode of AnimeShun. The squad is back.
We out here.
Brennan, Rob,
Yeah.
Ice, your boy KB, Keenan Baker.
Oh.
That's what we doing out here.
Like KB.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of
My
here.
initials, motherfucker. Like Keenan Baker.
Has anybody ever heard Keenan referred to as KB before?
He's trying it out.
I just do it.
Workshop.
I mean, it sounded nice. I'm not hating on it, but it's like I'm kind of caught off guard. Like,
BE over here.
no, just B, bro. Just B.
B.
Think about it.
B. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fire.
All right, Connor.
Well, thank you for tuning into another episode of AnimeShun, where we review anime and we talk our shit, man.
It's the greatest anime podcast in the fucking world.
Obviously, Ice is very humble.
Yeah, I mean, it's very aggressive from Ice's approach.
But it's facts.
I like that
Nonetheless.
belief. I like that strength of belief.
Yeah, we're back again, and we're reviewing Vinland Saga episodes.
Yeah.
9
I like this show. I like
through
this
12.
Hold on. Before we go, I listened to the last podcast, and y'all was talking big shit, so I got to defend
That's true.
myself.
What's
There's a
there to
lot of big
defend?
shit.
First off,
What time did you text us?
no,
No, before
your bitch
just for
and
the
the
we were
big
talking
friend.
shit in the last episode. If you want to see what we were talking about, go back and listen to the last episode we review. Was it 4 through episode 4, 5 through 8, 5 through 9,
yeah.
5 through 8.
Right to it.
y'all
And,
was talking big shit.
No, we were talking shit because,
Yeah.
as we said in the last episode, Ice didn't tell us he wasn't gonna be here
because I
recording
didn't know that
we
I wasn't gonna be
changed
there.
we changed the time that he was that we were gonna record to be
This
able to
is
accommodate
facts.
him, and then he let us know specifically at the exact time that we were supposed to be
And I
recording.
had so y'all talking shit.
So what I'm saying is you
I
didn't
had
know
to
30 minutes
deal-
before that.
I did not. I was dealing with big shit that I can't talk about
Then
on
what the
air.
hell? How you gonna defend yourself?
But I'm just saying there was no consideration in that.
I don't give a shit.
But
It doesn't.
I had a lot.
it doesn't
But I
doesn't
had,
make any sense. Ice, you have to realize
I had to break my neck to even get to tell you guys at 11:30.
It was a
So,
text.
Yeah, to do that. It was big
to
shit
text
going
us-
on
to text us broke
in
your
the
neck?
prior gradations. Yeah,
I
excuse
thought you were like an athlete. So a
What?
text broke your neck?
No, you know what I'm exaggerating, but like I had to
Motherfuckers
go
get
through
text
a
in the
lot.
middle of a fucking a shootout, fire.
Was your life threatened?
All that shit.
Yeah, actually it was.
Your life
so,
was
yeah,
literally
it was
threatened?
a lot. I was
Was it
dealing
your fault that your life was threatened?
Not at all. Not at all. I had nothing to do with it. This is not like something personal to me. Like this is other stuff that happened, and I had to like be on the scene for what happened. And I was
So
like,
you realized at
I was
11:30
looking at my watch like, fuck guys, like I have to like, and I got shit for even texting you guys in what I did. So I value y'all
got
enough.
Shit for texting us? How does
Yo,
that even happen?
I
We're
just
gonna
wanna
hear about the next bonfire stories.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I just want to objective. I just like to take an objective perspective for a second here, guys. So Ice's argument right now is that whatever happened, he's here to defend himself. First of all, whatever happened, he can't talk about. And
Not on air because then that's
Yeah.
people that listen. So it's
Uh-huh.
like
right.
I would have to.
So
answer
like
to
I
that.
said, whatever happened, he can't talk about. He shows
And I
up to
can tell
defend
you
himself.
after we go off.
Yeah,
air, I
but
can
the
tell
thing
you.
is that doesn't matter for we're on the podcast right now. So you out here defending
We
yourself to
addressed
the
you on
world.
the podcast.
I'll say this much: I was around the police, and I was getting questioned by police. I didn't do anything. The people involved did stuff, and I was talking to the police, and I was getting questioned by the police for whatever was going on. And then I was like, yo, I got to do this thing. In the middle of question, I'm like, I got to send a quick text, and they like, what the fuck, we're investigating something. Like, you can't. I'm like, I have to. Like, I made up some bullshit to even text you guys. Like, this is a family emergency. I got to do this quick text. And they're like, are you fucking kidding me? So then they gave me shit like, is your family okay type of shit. So, like, I really went out there to
Were
make
we
sure
okay,
that you
though?
guys are
We weren't.
good.
I was missing ice.
Hey, I'm just gonna say, why couldn't this be done beforehand?
Because it happened, like, this thing that happened, it happened earlier. I was about to go to the cat podcast.
So if you're on your way to the podcast and you got a text or whatever you got to alert you,
Wait, how far away were you from where we record? Like, how long would it have taken you to drive here?
Like 30 minutes.
so if you,
But
so
no,
at 11, from any time from 11
no.
o'clock past,
No,
you knew for a
this-
fact you weren't
so-
going to be here.
No, I didn't, because this thing happened. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, but you didn't
Then
listen to
text
me.
us at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I thought I was going to be able to get back. That's the thing. I'm like, oh, this is going to be quick and easy, and it definitely was not that.
So per usual, your defense has holes in it.
It doesn't have holes
It
in
got
it.
mad holes in it.
How?
Rob,
I mean, whatever, man. I'm not.
Robert's fed up.
I'm just saying, that's the thing. Like, I really,
don't care anymore.
it took a lot to even do that.
I'm
But
just
then-
saying, at 8 a.m., if I got an emergency, hey, guys, got an emergency, this shit's crazy, I'll let y'all know what's going on if I can get back to y'all.
But I don't think. But I would thought it was
Plain
straight,
and
like
simple.
there's no way in my mind. I was like, there's no way there's going to be 3 hours. Take that long.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'd love to have everybody like chime in on our Instagram or our YouTube page
You're so petty, Brennan.
and just see how they feel about ICE's defense for the
I
situation.
do feel like ICE, like I dealing with some stuff with ICE, but like this is age. This is like some stuff is like this kid is just young, man. He doesn't understand like.
It's not age at all. I think it's like I don't. I wish none of you guys was in that situation.
I don't.
But if you in
I understand
situations
that
like
too, but I understand.
Yeah,
like
I wish I wasn't old too.
I wish I wasn't 30. I don't mind being 30 something.
No, it's not old.
Yeah, I like it. I like being 30. Anyways,
Second, nope. I got other things. Y'all
Okay.
said like y'all tried to make it look
Oh,
like
God,
y'all
man.
finessed me into saying that
Like
it was like the show was good. Y'all didn't finesse me. Like y'all saying it's all right. Like that wasn't no diabolical plan. Like y'all didn't trick me into saying that. Like I
we'll
was
never
gonna
know
say
because you
that.
would never admit it.
No, I was saying
So
I was.
who
I was
cares?
saying I was liking it from the beginning. So for y'all, like, oh my,
We didn't hear you say any of that.
My plan worked. Like
We didn't
there
hear you
was no
say-
fucking plan.
We didn't
Like,
hear you say any of that.
And it'd be different if y'all said it was whack, and I said it was like dope. Like y'all were just like, you go first, and you're just like, all right, like y'all didn't
First
do
of all,
anything.
you gave us no information about the show. We literally said, let's wait until the show. And then when we got to
Yeah.
the show, we said, go first. And then you looked at us inconspicuous so you can see, you were,
I was like, no, I did. I was just like, I like, because y'all was looking at, even Rob said it, like, we are looking at him like kind of crazy. Like, y'all was like, and I was like, why are y'all looking at me like that? That's why I was saying that, but I like the show regardless. So for y'all to be like, oh, the Keenan was like, my diabolical plan when it's calculated.
I definitely didn't say that. But
He did. He was like, this. I knew who was going to do that. That's why we
yeah, because
planned
it was
this.
obvious. And I
But
was
it-
right.
But that, not how?
I bet you don't hit him though.
Because you did it.
It didn't. No, y'all. It'd be different. If y'all was like, it was garbage. Like I had those opinions regardless, and that wouldn't have changed.
All I'm saying is I knew you were going to say it was good. And we've watched anime that was good. And when we said it was all good or dope first, you went the opposite way.
No way. There's nothing that, and if I did, it was because I really felt that way. Demon Slayer was the only thing that y'all said that y'all liked that I was like, I'm good. And Demon Slayer, and I stick to that. Demon Slayer isn't even the best show that we've watched.
I've already made my arguments here.
I'm just saying. So like,
I don't even care.
All right, so
Okay.
Vinland Saga, guys. We're watching
Vinland Saga.
episodes 9 to 12.
12, man. This
Yeah.
is, all right, man. I like this show so far. 9 through 12 episodes. Rob, you want to start us off?
Yeah. So I'll hold off. We'll get to the opinions at the end, I think. But so yeah, I mean, this one picks up like these 4 episode arcs we've been doing kind of have lined up, and the last one wound up like kind of on a not necessarily a cliffhanger, but we saw that Askeladd and his crew were about to ride up on this battle of London Bridge, which is
London
where
Bridge
this
is
where
falling
this starts
down.
out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know, Brett, have you been to England? You guys been to England
I haven't,
at all?
no.
Yeah, I have.
So like they call this the Battle of London Bridge, but that looked like the Tower Bridge.
Yeah, I was
which-
gonna say that didn't look like London Bridge to me either. I was thinking that, but
'Cause, like,
I
that's
was
the
like
thing.
maybe it looked way different back then.
Yeah, because like if you see the picture, what everybody thinks is London Bridge is usually the Tower Bridge. It's the one with like
With the
those
clocks.
big towers on it with the clocks and shit. And like, because I remember I went to London like about a year ago for some work and like got some time to spend around the city. And like I saw London Bridge and I was underwhelmed as fuck. Honestly, like it's just like
I was underwhelmed by almost everything. When I
a
went to London.
lowercase
Really?
b bridge.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
that
it's
was
Big
just-
Ben. How big was Big Ben?
Big Ben was fucking under construction when I went, so I didn't even really get to see.
It
Big
was
Ben.
so. It's like the name Big does not compare. Like I was like, this is just a clock tower. Like it's not really big.
It's
Maybe it was
old.
big. Maybe it was big back when the time when it was built, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
now compared to like modern civilization, I was just like, this is a clock
Yeah.
tower.
Some of the stonework and like the statues stuff around there that was really cool. But
yeah, I had a jaded perspective when I was in London, so I feel like I need to spend more time there. Like
There you go.
I still want to keep an open mind to it. All I'll say is that I dealt with a lot of people that were very rude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I dealt with a lot of very rude people, and I was like, at the time I was staying like in a hostel, and the hostel costs more than like hotels here, You know, so
Oh,
Jeez.
and it was
Yeah.
a trash hostel too.
it was whack.
The
man.
exchange rate is
Have
not
I saw some
friendly.
things
Have
happen.
you seen,
I saw things happen in that
the
hostel
movie?
that
the movie Hostel, the scary movie?
No, I
Came out
haven't
like
That
seen
shit is
10,
wild, man.
10, 15
Man,
years
I've
ago.
I've stayed in a
seen
bunch
it.
of hostels
Man.
all over the world.
You
but
seen it?
London's hostels.
seen
Yeah, that shit is fucking sick.
That's one of the reasons I've never been a fan of hostels, to be honest. but I
Because
guess-
of that movie, like I don't fuck with hostels.
There's
Yeah.
certain hostels that are actually really good. In the Golden Triangle, like and that's in Cambodia, Vietnam, and Thailand, and like Southeast Asia.
You told us that.
Yeah, they have
Stories.
some really, really, really dope hostels. Like there's one particular hostel brand that's called Mad Monkey. If you're trying to go to travel the world and party and like eat good food and like actually just have a good time, I highly recommend it. I'm a little old for it now, but if you're like Ice's age or younger, then it's probably fire.
Anyway.
Y'all be saying like I'm fucking 12 or some shit. Like,
How old are you guys?
27.
Yeah, you baby.
So they're at the Battle of London Bridge, and leading the English is this guy ThorKell, who, I mean, when they roll up, the Vikings are kind of just like English, like throw down your weapons, like your king isn't even here anymore. Like he
Right.
went to France, like what are you even fighting for? And ThorKell's leading the guys. He's going to be like, nah, we're going to lead these guys to victory, and because we've got Floki ends up going up and talking with him, and
They used to be dogs.
that's the
Yeah.
thing. He's just like.
He rolled up, was like, "Yo, what up, homie? You looking good?"
I can talk to him. Trust me. I can convince this guy.
He's just like, why are you drawing enemies against your old friends here? And he's just like, cause you guys are clearly gonna win,
Yeah.
and that's
is
boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super boring.
Yo, the fact that's what his reasoning.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's a gangster,
He's
bro.
gangster.
I was calling him ThorKell the whole time because
Yeah.
that's what he was doing.
Oh
That
yeah,
bitch.
he was out there.
He was definitely.
And
May I?
Brennan had a good catch, actually. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go for it. You were the one that
so
made
yeah,
it.
I had I was showing off the show to somebody after I had watched the episodes, and I rewatched the first episode with someone over the past week, and really interestingly enough, the very first scene of the show has ThorKell in it.
Yeah, I know.
Because if you guys remember, like in the very first scene, it's Thor's fighting on that ship. You know, it's like there's like the gladiator moment where he's in the fields, then he's fighting on the ship, and then there's a guy who swings the axe and it cuts through the mast and like 5 people in one swing. That was ThorKell.
Yeah.
So he's the guy who woke him up out of his trance. Thor's out of his trance and was standing next to him, holding up a literal human body as a shield to catch the arrows that are coming at them. And then that's when Thor's is like, hey, you bring up the rear and do this. Gave him orders because he was the boss, and he's like, I'm gonna stop their advance, and then jumps from one boat to the other and runs off. And he's like, oh, what you gonna do it by yourself? Like that was him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I thought that was Floki at the time, and like when
Yeah.
Floki came back
But
up,
Floki
he just
was
had,
on the
like,
ship
a
on there
scar.
with him too.
He,
Right?
they just mentioned him by name.
they
but you
mention
don't
it.
see him.
He wasn't there. They're like,
I-
when Floki pulls up the rear, they mention him, but they don't show him.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to the guy that told me. I forgot. I don't know how to say his name. It's like Oscuro Majiko or something like that. He hit me up beforehand. He said the same thing.
Good catch to him.
And I was just like, yo, I mean, my thing is, too, if y'all got any fact checks, y'all can fact check us, bro. Like, there's no ego here.
Facts.
We're going to get shit wrong in this bitch.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
Oh,
yo,
yeah.
we're watching. We got a lot of shit
100%.
we got to do in this life. So our information be like, we be like scanning through the show right before again because we like, yo, man, we got to
If you're watching,
remember some of this shit.
look, if you're watching the YouTube channel, I'm looking you in the eyes right now.
Yes.
I'm always right.
That Brendan's been proven wrong a few times. on here.
Like,
for
on the
by
record.
Rob.
Right.
On the record.
Right.
by the guy that has the best retained information on the show.
Like I said,
Yeah.
always.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
okay,
So y'all can't do this.
80% of the time, every time.
But yeah, ThorKell is
Yeah,
He
that's the
reminds me
thing.
of Broly. Like he just gives
A
me
little
Broly vibes.
I can
Like
get
the
with
whole
that.
time I was watching, I was like, "This is fucking Broly." Like a
It
fucking
was-
brute that just. He's a lot more strategic and smarter than Broly, but still like.
I feel like he was a lot happier too. Like
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Broly wasn't necessarily in the sense of like I want to battle everybody.
I like him.
but
I like him a lot. Too.
he's one of my favorite characters
Yeah,
that
he's
just
cool.
popped in. But like he's like, yo, I just love the battle. Like
yeah.
my back's against the wall. Like he's one of those like my dick is hard.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like if my back's against the wall. He's
But
one
that's
of those
like
guys.
that's their whole culture too. Like
Right.
the way you get to paradise or to Valhalla as a Viking is dying in battle,
Yeah.
like in a
Valiantly.
heroic way.
Yeah.
So that's his whole thing. Is just like, well, if I side with the losers here and I go out fighting, like
I'm a legend.
I'm a legend. Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'll go. That guarantees me my path to
yeah.
paradise. That's a dangerous motherfucker.
That's some
Yeah.
300 shit,
Right?
Like,
And he's a big.
That's why I said. That's why he give me Broly vibe because he's so massive and he's just like
he's clearly bigger
dominating.
than every motherfucker.
Yeah.
You picking up tree logs like they're toothpicks,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
yeah, because Floki's just like, dude, like come back to our side. We'll pay you double, and he's just like, he does his Joker thing, like it's not about the money,
right?
You know,
just burns
because
off.
they said at first the money would probably sway him because he's all about the money.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, he's doing this is for the money.
Askeladd
Like,
knew.
Yeah,
Askeladd was
so
just like,
nah.
I don't know,
he's
bro.
not coming. Yeah, because Askeladd's just like he picked his side, we picked ours. We'll see how it works out.
And the funny thing is, they started trying to make fun. They made fun of him. Askeladd's guys are like, yeah, well, he's just in it for the money. And Askeladd was like, so are we, bro. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
What
What are you talking about?
Like,
That's
our
what
loyalties-
all about the bread.
Our loyalties are 1,000% bought. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why you trying to act like we're better than him right now. Like, we're not. So
Yes.
yeah.
So Floki's trying to just be like, like hear me out, and ThorKell's just like,
Nah,
nah,
bro.
I'm good. Picks up
He
a
takes
huge rock and
huge
drops
rock,
it right out on his
which was
ship.
really considerate of him not dropping it on their
He
ship.
could have definitely killed all of
Yeah.
them.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
100% could have
This
killed him.
bold
But he
is
let
a
him
good
die.
for
But that's the
sake.
warrior in him. Like, I want to kill you the right way.
No, I
Like,
would say I want to
yeah.
kill you the right way. You guys are the messengers. You guys did not attack us. You came here to talk. So
This is a
I'm just gonna let you know
scramble.
what it is.
Go on and
back
get.
up.
Yeah, get
Back up.
scram,
I'm sorry.
skedaddle.
I'll fight any man, but if I see a man pick up a fucking boulder,
And also, like,
Yeah.
now that I'm thinking
I'm
about
like,
it,
yo, this is wild.
but now that I'm thinking about it, like,
I wouldn't
it's the
fight any
Yoms
man.
Vikings riding up on ThorKell, who definitely has deserted and defected, exactly what Thor's did, and they go
Right.
up to him and they're just like,
We'll give you money.
yeah, no, come back over to our side.
Yeah.
And Thor's, they're just like, so, like, that, there must have been something deeper to what Thor's did. That
Yeah.
they're just like,
Yeah, I was
no,
gonna
you
say
gotta
that because,
go.
but the thing is also
Yeah.
they were scared of Thor's.
Yeah.
Like, they,
Yeah, true.
They showed up and they were just like, if Thor's would have been on that bridge
Yeah.
in a whole different situation, they wouldn't have done it. They wouldn't have fought
They
him.
wouldn't.
Yeah.
have
Because he's stronger than Thor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Than
Yeah.
ThorKell. And
True.
And ThorKell admits it. He's like,
Yeah,
he's
he's
the only
like,
man
yeah.
that's stronger than me. It's Thor's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you jumped the gun.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
just. I wanted to not say that, and then there you
Yeah.
go. Fucking said
It
it.
does come around. It does
Wow.
come
Yeah.
around.
Wow.
But
Appreciate it,
so
You guys act like
Floki,
it's a spoiler or some shit. Whoever's listening to this show has alady seen all 4
Brennan,
episodes.
you didn't have to spoil things, okay?
Dang. That's
Can
just
you
like
imagine?
Saying, that's like saying fuck what Rob's doing. Like he doesn't have to go through all the episodes
Ah,
because
it's
just
fine.
fuck it.
no, but like, could you imagine like somebody not watching? They just listen to us anyway.
Yeah.
yeah,
Some
I'm-
people do that.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well,
Especially-
that's a bit of
Ah,
a
damn.
Shut up,
Brennan.
Cameron.
Just so you guys know, Brennan threw my notepad because he was upset.
That he was fucking right.
That was really nice.
you-
That was very
that
petty
you-
of me.
Yeah, very petty.
So he has a
That
notepad that he
you-
likes to put notes of things he likes to ask
Oh
us. So I
my
took it
God.
and threw it across the
gone.
room.
I don't even remember the questions anymore.
It's gone.
Good. Nobody
So-
cares about your question.
So Floki goes back to the Danish king, and he's just like, he's not coming. He's not coming back. And the Danish king just like, all right, like attack at once. And so goes into full on attack mode here. And the Danish, they get their ships pretty close. You know, they got a strategy. They're going to cut the bridge out from underneath them. But then ThorKell just starts literally dropping sharpened trees on them.
Yeah.
Like just sharpened tree trunks.
Humongous fucking
That's a
tree.
log.
Oh,
What did he
yeah.
say?
It had like
damn.
4 guys carrying one of them, and then he just grabs it from them and then throws it
Yeah.
right into the. And
One
he
hand-
wrecks
He
them.
said that's the log drop or something like that. Like something.
My
very-
special technique.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
log drop, and everybody's like, "That's great, sir. Sir, that's the greatest thing we ever heard."
Yo.
I mean, when he's doing something like that, that's exactly what you would say to him. Sir?
Right.
Yes. Yes, sir.
No, he's I thought it was impressive because there's obviously a lot of forethought into this. So it's like he showed up and was like, I'm going to work with you guys. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to go cut down trees of this size. I need you to sharpen one side of them. I need you to put them all on this bridge right
He's
here.
very.
Give me a
in
bunch of big
specific-
fucking rocks.
I
he's
ain't
not
gonna
just
lie
a
to you.
brute.
Yeah, he's very
I would
smart.
say
He
that.
knows how to war.
I love that they didn't make him just this big idiot. It's like you're dealing with a guy that you just can't beat.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's outsmart this guy. You're not about
Nope.
to outsmart him. I feel like he has definitely have some. I'll say that later.
Yeah.
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 And so after that, what happened is.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead.
After that, like most of the Danish army lays basically in ruin at the base of this bridge, and
Yeah, lit
Askeladd's
them
just
up.
like, "All right, I guess our turn up." And Bjorn's just like, "You got a plan for this?" And he's like, "Kinda."
Yeah.
Hey, Thorfinn.
Because he tells Thorfinn too. I think he says like, if you wanna, you gotta like, I need like, if you wanna get your battle against me, you gotta go bring me ThorKell's head.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't say it like that. He was
I
more
mean,
so
it
like, he
kinda-
said, go kill Thorfinn. And then he was like, I want my reward. And he's like, yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you want to do, man. It's fine. We'll do that. Sure, sounds good.
He
He's
said, bring him
like,
his head.
He did
Yeah,
say bring him his
He
head.
did
He
because
literally
he's
said
just
bring
like,
his head.
clearly you just want to die, like your
Yeah.
dad did, and then he like fucking tosses a dagger
did,
through his
yeah.
jug.
And he
He's
just
like,
talks it right back.
your
at him.
next duel will be your last.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Askeladd's just like, man, all right, man. Like Askeladd is dope, dog.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is dope.
He's
yeah.
just like sending this dude off to die. Like, all right, if he kills him, great. If he doesn't kill him and he dies, also great.
Let me ask you
It's a
something.
win-win situation.
Do you think that at this point he really thinks that Thorfinn is going to die in these situations?
No, I think
I don't know. I don't know that he does.
I think initially he did.
Because his men
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
underestimate Thorfinn, but Askeladd seems to be.
And
I don't
Bjorn,
know.
Bjorn, whatever
Yeah,
his name
Bjorn,
is.
yeah.
They both.
Yeah,
I
they
think they
seem
both
to-
know to be like. I think at this point he's like, he says it like, yeah, just go ahead and get yourself killed. But he's like, this kid's gonna get the work done.
Yeah,
I think
and
at this
Bjorn
point
even
now,
said it. He even said it like, you trust this guy, like
Yeah.
you trust this kid
more
like,
than
you
anybody
can't-
besides probably Bjorn.
Yeah.
He's third in command. Like Thorfinn is third in command on that
Basically.
But
group.
he would never let him know that or give him that title
Yeah.
because of
But
whatever.
if you think
He
of
wants to
any
keep using
situation, the situation with the prince, the situation that we're gonna talk to in a minute, because I don't ruin shit like Brennan. Like he's always the guy.
It
He's
happens
always
right
there.
now.
He's always there.
We're
in the
literally
minute.
there right now. Like, what are you talking about?
Not yet.
So anyway, Thorfinn goes in. He goes in to fight. He goes in to fight ThorKell.
That's not what I was talking about.
Yo,
No.
zero fear.
No,
This motherfucker
none.
is 7 times the size of Thorfinn.
Yeah.
They have probably seen what this guy does. He just, I don't give a shit. Runs full
He
speed.
does his dad jump.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Thor's
he
jump.
parkours over that log.
Yeah.
That dude was baseball fucking bat swinging
Yo,
at him.
this fight sequence right here was incredible.
Yeah, this
was
was
dope.
like strength versus speed. Like
Yeah, the
to a
classic.
T.
Yep.
And yeah, it's ThorKell's taking big swings, and any one of those, like Thorfinn's just like, if he hits me once,
I'm
That's
dead.
it.
No,
I'm
so
done.
So I love this fight because it starts off when he's holding one of these logs that he's been throwing at these things. He's literally starts swinging this log as if it's like a staff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's like swinging it around his body and like Thorfinn's dodging it and stuff like that. So then like that's as soon as Thorfinn gets up on the bridge. And then the guys behind Thorfinn, because Thorfinn steps back a little bit, behind him started advancing on him like they're gonna kill him. And then Thorkell's like, nah, this guy's mine. He's brave enough and stupid enough to get up here to fight me.
Yeah.
Let me accept his challenge.
He's
I'll
a
step
warrior.
back.
You know,
Yeah.
this reminded me of another Game of Thrones moment: Viper versus the Mountain, speed versus strength,
Yeah.
and it kind of.
That was one of the most heartfelt.
Anyway,
You know, Viper is my favorite character.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
but either
What
way,
show is that again?
Game of Thrones.
Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
I didn't watch that shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
it's a good show.
I know. I always,
50-50.
yeah. I always hear it is.
Yeah, I just never. I think I'm gonna take some time out to watch it next
Yeah,
year.
It's incredible.
sometime.
Just don't watch the last season. All right, so
That shit was hard though. He did have that log, and he was fucking Donatello with the fucking.
Oh, yeah,
log.
he was
exactly.
whipping
He's
that
using it
around.
like a staff.
Yeah.
So then he stops everybody. Then he pretty much just drops the log, and it's just like, all right. You know, I thought he was gonna pull out a weapon or something like that. He's like, all right,
Nah.
cool. We about to scrap. And Thorfinn has his 2 knives, and then he even thinks to himself, like, this guy ain't got no weapons. He better not underestimate me.
Well, I didn't think. I thought he was gonna. At this moment, I actually thought he was gonna have a flashback to where his dad was like a real warrior doesn't
Yeah.
like need weapons,
Yeah.
but he didn't put that together.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't need to, obviously,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what Thorkell's showing. He's just like, I don't need no weapons, and so he comes at Thorfinn, and his punches are so fast and powerful. Thorfinn's just like, yo,
This
that's
ain't
what he
just-
said it to
yeah,
himself. He
just
was just
one of
like,
these is gonna be-
this guy is so big, one punch from him
Yeah.
will kill me. So then Thorfinn like does some cool shit, and he like actually like dodges a couple punches and like slashes my man's wrist. And then Thorkell's like, yo, you were aiming for my wrist. Good shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know? And then Thorfinn steps back like, yo, like this guy, all his vital points are too high up. Like I can't reach him.
Yeah.
Under
Like-
his armpits, his neck.
You know, he's like, but I know what I'm gonna do. And then he gets like really low to the ground. He's like, oh, you're gonna get low to the ground, then I'll kick you. And so Thorkell tries to kick him. He gets under the kick, kicks his leg from behind him, and then comes right at his throat to slash him. And then Thorkell is quick enough to put his hand right there.
Yeah.
And his knife goes right through the middle of his hand. He's like, damn, bro, that was good.
You
almost
almost
killed
killed
me
me
with
with
that.
that.
That hurt. You really dope. But now I got your ass.
Right.
And then he proceeds to Hulk Loki his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
All around, just
Slam.
slamming his
Slam.
body as a rag doll.
How long did this really last? Because it's like he was slamming him for a fucking minute.
yeah, he was.
That looks so painful. Because I mean,
Which-
even flashed to like Askeladd, like, oh shit,
Was
he
he
lost that
grabbing
fight.
his? Was he grabbing
That's
his
that.
hand?
No, Thorkell's
Yeah, it was
the
his
knife
hand.
is in
I know
Thorkell's
that,
hand.
but like,
No,
was
but
he
so
grabbing his
hand was
Because I'm about to
around
say,
the
why
knife.
didn't Thorfinn just let? Because I was
Because
like,
he grabbed his
well, I was
arm.
like,
His
yeah.
hand was so big that the knife went all the way in to his hand,
Yeah.
and then
He
he,
just
grabbed
like
his
that.
hand around the knife.
That's what I was like.
Yeah.
I just was like, why didn't he let go?
Well, I
Like,
think that, but I think Thorkell too. I don't know why. I think he has pride with his weapons also. Like he would go back and get his weapons
Yeah.
regardless.
I
he'll die
think he
for
grabbed
him.
his hand, but the only thing I was curious about is like as soon as he grabbed his hand like that, you have another knife. So for me, I'm just like, all right, cool. Well, let go of me.
Well, that's exactly what he ended up doing.
Yeah.
Because he's getting slammed around, and he's just like, Thorkell's kind of holding him up, just like, he's done. I think
Yeah.
he's done.
Is he
and
dead?
Thorfinn slices a few of his fingers off, manages to get his hand out, and yeah, he still has his dad's dagger. That's the one that he used to cut up, and he
Yeah.
leaves the other one behind. And he's just like, I'm out, and jumps into the water in pieces.
Thorkell, this motherfucker was like fingerless.
Yeah,
Hey,
hey,
just come back, man. Like,
We'll do this again
We gotta do
sometime.
this again, please. Like, you're a great warrior. Like, he don't give a fuck about these 2 fingers.
No.
Yeah.
No,
They're
but
just
I mean,
gone.
But then they talked about Thor's
Yeah, a
damage,
little
too.
bit, because after he slices his way out, he's just like, "Oh, you fucking got me good again!"
Yeah.
Like I thought you were done. Like
He's
he
like,
asked him, like, "Warrior, what's your name?"
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Thorfinn. He was like, wait a minute.
"Son of Thor's," because he
Yeah.
says,
Son of
yeah,
Yeah,
Thor.
Thor,
Yeah.
son of Thor's. He's like, wait,
How
son
do
of
you-
Thor's?
How do you know my? Yeah.
How do you know Thor's? And then he jumped off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he
He was
pieces
all
out.
like,
I ain't gonna lie.
See ya.
I ain't gonna lie. I was pissed off when he jumped off. I wanted him to know right there.
"Yeah,
But I mean, for the story, I was just like, "Fuck! Why would he fall off the boat?"
We'll
Yeah.
meet again. Blood just gushing out of his fucking.
He doesn't give a shit. He's just
No.
like, all right, well, we go scrap. I mean, this is one of those people, like you were saying earlier, Ice, is like, I would do a lot to avoid fighting him.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I would do a lot. So I'm just saying, like, I don't feel like I don't see a way of convincing me to fight him because it's like, if I fight him, I'm gonna get brutally beaten.
yeah, just a monster."
So it's like, what's your threat? Brutally beating me to make me
Right.
do it? Like,
You're gonna turn it. Your insides are gonna turn into mashed potatoes.
Oh,
Like, he
yeah.
just gonna bash you in. My thing is too. Thorfinn just got his ass just slammed like crazy,
Yeah.
and then this motherfucker probably swam like another 20 miles.
Yeah.
yeah,
Back to where he had to go.
That's the thing too. Like it's been proven. It's not one of those villains or people, or not villains, or like people that they hype up and then they don't really do nothing. Like you've been at war with him. You've already fought him, so you know what he's capable of.
Oh,
So
he's
it's
real.
not like no mystery thing. Like you know he's with the shits.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like, God damn. Like,
yeah.
I think I respect Thorfinn the most in this. He's taken a few beatings and things, and he's been able to still survive and get back. I mean, he has like a dislocated shoulder at this point.
broken
Broken
ribs.
Couple
Yeah.
broken
Ribs.
ribs. Yeah,
he's, I mean, you say taking a few beatings.
Sprained
like,
ankle. I'm
my
like,
man
your
got
ankle
his
got
ass
sprained. That's
it
it.
was a borderline Kato like
Yeah,
on that
it
bridge,
was.
like
Yeah, that
towards
was
the end of
cool,
that.
Yeah, he got out of there.
But he managed to pull the ripcord and get out. But yeah, back in the Danish camp, the Floki's just like, I mean, we definitely lost that little skirmish. We could probably take this bridge in time. Like they don't have the men. We'll
With the
wear them
year,
down, but
yeah.
it'll just take us like 6 months, a year. And the king's just like, we
Winter's
don't have
coming,
time
bro.
for that.
Yeah, winter's coming.
So we gotta get out of here. So he basically leaves behind a group of 4,000 men and tells Ragnar that he and the prince are in charge. And Ragnar doesn't like that. He's just like, no, the prince, he's like a pacifist. And
Yeah.
just like, and the king tells him like, if he's soft, it's because you spoiled him.
Yeah, you turned all that Christianity on him.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And so they take off. Askeladd ends up
What was it
following the
called?
king.
Ice?
Christianity. No, I'm just kidding.
Christianity.
Christianity.
I
Go
had
ahead.
to, like joke right when I said it.
Go ahead.
So Thorfinn, Askeladd and his guys are just like, all right, well, we're not sticking around. This sucks, basically. Like they're looking at all their men. Askeladd's just like, this guy's he's got stabbed in the gut. He's not gonna make it. Leave. Like, let's put him out of his misery now,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, everybody's sitting there. Who wants to die? I
wants
can
to
kill
die?
you.
Yeah.
And like right before this battle, they were just like, "This is the place to be. This is where we can get all our honor, get some treasure."
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's too many people. Like, there's not going to be that much to go around. Like,
Yeah.
Thorkell, he solved that problem for them. There's a lot
Yeah,
less
it's like-
people.
now it is. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the splits.
yeah.
A lot less ways to split it at this point.
Hilarious.
So the king and most of his men, including Askeladd, end up riding out. And as they're leaving, Thorfinn pulls his ass out of the water and walks up. And Askeladd's just like, "Oh, I thought you were dead.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right,
you
well,
made-
we're going to Wessex if you think you can make it." And
Yeah.
Thorfinn's just like pops his shoulder back into place, just like, "All right, let's go." And then
goes
they start
walk.
riding out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
But
I just take. I know this is a off subject. I'm gonna tell you guys something that just happened. yeah, exactly. Ice. I'm gonna tell y'all something that just happened. All right. So when we first started today, normally what happens is we have our timer up over here in the corner. Cameron's our guy. Cameron's the guy who puts it up. We normally could watch it so we can see how much time
This
we've been
is great.
recording.
Yeah.
And so today we started off and we didn't have the timer up. Yeah, they're laughing. I'm gonna tell you guys what happened. So he normally puts a timer up and today he didn't do it. So I looked over to see it. So I texted him in the beginning of the episode today, like, "Hey man, can you put up the timer?" And his response was just no. But then he did it anyway. And then I called him a hoe in response just for saying no because he's just being difficult for no reason. Because I didn't even say like, "Hey, can you put it up, bitch," or anything like that. I was just like, "Hey, can you just put this up?"
But you said bitch in your undertone.
I didn't. I really didn't. I was honestly just like, I just wanted the timer up.
It was
and then he responded with a GIF of me and the Curse of Akakor falling in the river, which is
that-
literally like the most disrespectful
Brutal.
thing you can send me.
Yeah.
brutal.
It is like the most disrespectful
Is
thing
that
you
like
can send me.
a
He made it.
retrievable?
I'm about to ask you, did he make it or something?
You made that, right? Oh, Kyle made it. Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
Kyle
it
or
is
did
great.
Dom make it?
One of the, every
Wow.
no,
All right.
I think Dom
You
actually
can't
made it.
search it though.
It was Kyle. The The day we had the screening, he made it. Of
The
course.
day we had the screening, he made it.
That's
Can
quick.
you send me
Yeah,
that?
that's a quick
great.
turnaround
Please.
time.
Please do not send that to him.
No, you-
Please send
I
us
need
all
that.
of that.
I need
You got Rob's
that.
gift. Rob's
That's
gift is
Rob
hilarious.
has a
makes
gift.
fun.
Yeah, Rob's is like okay, whatever.
Anyway.
please get back to the episode.
So we're moving.
just for the record, fuck you, Cameron. Please.
So the Danish are sailing off, and ThorKell's standing on the bridge, just going like, "Where the fuck are you going? You gotta come back! Like it's not over.
Yeah.
It's not over." And
He's like a little kid.
yeah, all the English are cheering like, "Hey, we won!" And he's just like, "Fuck! Like,
Yeah.
this was my
That's so funny. Fuck, come on.
Come
No,
on.
we didn't win yet.
Yeah, it's not over.
It ain't over
It's
yet.
not over. So this next episode starts. In the prince has still got his 4,000 men. They're just sitting there chilling. Basically, they're not going anywhere because the prince is just spending all his time hanging out with Jesus and praying. And Thorfinn's just, ThorKell's just like, I don't know what these cowards are doing. He basically starts calling them out like, "You're never gonna get into Valhalla like this," and
throwing
starts
these rocks.
chucking
Yeah,
huge
right,
rocks over
yeah.
at him like a fucking cannon.
Yo, bro, I would
Bro.
love for this dude to be a football player.
That'd be hard.
Every position.
He's like Uncle Rico and
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite. Like, I bet I could throw this rock over that mountain.
Yeah. If he's a football player, I'm just telling him to run the ball every single time.
Yeah, that's like
Who's stopping him?
Nobody.
Lawrence
And he's my
Taylor
middle
shit.
linebacker, too.
Yeah.
Beast mode.
And he's playing defense, playing offense.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
defense.
he's
Yeah,
middle
he's-
linebacker and running back. Done.
Pretty much.
That man is huge.
Or tight end.
Doing it all. So he's trying to get the attack to go back on. The prince is not taking the bait. But meanwhile, Askeladd and his crew, they're kind of pillaging the countryside. They've broken off from the main army. And Thorfinn is having a dream sequence where it seems like he's in Vinland with his family,
Yeah.
and it's back in the day. He's a young kid again. His mom and his sister are preparing an animal. He's riding around like on his dad's shoulders, and his dad's telling him like, kind of like he was on the ship. Like, I don't want you to take revenge, but clearly you're not going to listen to me. But what you really need to be doing is taking care of your mother and your sister. You need to make sure they're okay. And as he's telling him that, they go to overlook their village, and it's on fire.
Yeah.
And the soldiers are coming up, and the quickly turns into a nightmare, and he sees his dad dying in front of him again, and he wakes up screaming.
Yep.
One thing I wanted to say that kind of pissed me off is he was talking about his sister, and he was like, "Yeah, your sister, she just keeps asking for slaves." And I'm like, what is with this bitch and slaves? Like, why does she keep talking
The
about
funny thing is
slaves?
she doesn't even have a lazy bone in her body either. 'Cause
No,
it's
she
like,
doesn't.
And that's what he even said. He was like, she's never had a slave in her life. Why? And she works hard. Why does she keep asking for slaves? And I'm like, I want to like her, but I can't. But shit like that.
That's
'Cause
why
you
I
just
can
keep-
forgive the old man like hitting on her. Like I'm sorry, I don't care.
But also too, do you think back then it wasn't like slaves back then weren't just necessarily black slaves?
No, they
Yeah.
weren't
Well, yeah, they
because
weren't.
that whole trade thing hadn't started up
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
That whole slavery thing.
Yeah. That that whole
That whole
Yeah, Rob just kind
Transatlantic slave trade.
just like
that whole thing.
all that bullshit didn't happen yet.
But it was because I mean, slaves at that point were mostly taken through prisoners of war.
Yeah.
that,
yeah,
you just
exactly. If you lost, you're a slave.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
more or
yeah.
less.
Greco-Roman slavery is what
There
it
you
was
go,
apparently. Is what
Greco-Roman.
Cameron. Yeah,
Greco-Roman
Cameron,
slavery.
I still don't like you.
Still not coming back.
Damn.
Nah, bro.
Not coming
What
back
was
from
going
that.
through your mind when you fell?
Shit.
So what happened? What happened next in the episode? I made an actual entire episode
Yeah.
about. I actually recorded an entire thought process. So if you want to see that, it's on my YouTube channel. It's my reaction to episode 1 because episode 1 is the episode that I fall in Curse of Actor.
Yeah.
And I do an entire video that I would say you would probably enjoy a lot. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, check it out.
That was alley-oop.
Yeah, there you go.
But
Boom.
yeah, that was the thought. Yeah.
So Thorfinn wakes up and he can hear the chaos going down in the village below because Askeladd's crew just does what they do, and they killed a bunch of villagers and took their shit. And his guys, like, they're getting restless because they're trying to. Winter's coming, and as we know, they gotta bring some stuff back with them to the village, or else Askeladd's uncle's not putting them up for free.
Yeah.
So they're like, we gotta get some stuff. So
Which is weird because I think the fortune that they found in France, that should have lasted sometime.
you'd think
Like,
they spent it all at
least
once.
4 or 5 years. Like,
Yeah.
all of the shit that they had. Like,
They buy.
damn.
They lived
buy it.
large for that one winter.
Yeah.
But all that's going on, and the men are getting kind of restless because they all start like, accusing each other of like horse thievery or some shit, which is like a thing back in the day, I guess. And some dudes start like drawing on each other, and they're like straight up having duels and killing each other because
Yeah.
Because they called each other stupid.
Yeah.
That's like us fighting.
it is. It just
Yeah.
starts off as something small and then escalates to the point where people are literally stabbing each other in the gut.
All right then.
But at that point, Askeladd is kind of wondering what to do next, thinking how he's going to keep his men under control, what he's going to do, and he and Thorfinn kind of run up into each other as they're looking off into the distance, looking at the stars up in a bunch of like Roman ruins.
Supposed
and
to be a beautiful moment here.
Yeah, and so Thorfinn kind of walks up on him and he talks about like he brings up the duel and they're talking, and Askeladd tells him like, I'm kind of like these ruins, man. Like these were the Romans that ruled this land before the people that rule it now do, and they fell into ruin, and eventually the same thing will happen to me. You will win someday, like because time is the only enemy we can't ever beat.
He was like, you're going to get better and I'm going to get older.
I felt like this is like a slap in the face to Thorfinn because at this point, if this is the only time he can beat him is when he gets older, there's no pride in that.
Yeah.
If he beats Askeladd when Askeladd's 75, he's like, bro, that's not a real win for me.
Right.
Like it was an easy kill. He was a fucking old brittle man.
Yeah. You can even see it in the first episode. Like he's picking at his beard, like he's scratching himself, and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm getting old in this motherfucker."
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So,
but I think that's also Askeladd. I think that's also a fucking another mind trick.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I think that's a little mind fuck that he gave him. Just kind of like, bro, even like.
I'm telling you, I think Askeladd's gonna change Thorfinn's opinion, and show him who the real enemy is. That's my thing.
I think too. I'm starting to think to a point, but I think Thorfinn's whole agenda is gonna change when he finds like if other events change in the that we're gonna get to too. But I think that's gonna eventually change, but not necessarily fully because of Askeladd.
He's still killing Askeladd. I don't see that changing.
Possibly. I think it could definitely happen.
I think he's still, unless he just gets so old to the point where it's not even a win anymore. But if it's within the next couple years, he's still going to kill him.
But I do think that this is Askeladd. I do think he's being real with Thorfinn at this moment because he's just like, listen. And I think this was one of my favorite scenes of these episodes just because it is a concept that I think is super interesting, especially in that day and age, like to be surrounded by the ruins of a civilization that was greater than your own at one point. We don't really have that. You know what I mean? Like we've surpassed everything, but there could come a time when, people are living in like the ruins of, the Empire State Building or downtown LA and they're just like, shit, what we used to be.
Hey. Keen conspiracy theory talking. Hey, maybe back in the day with these
these ancient aliens,
he couldn't help himself.
Aliens and
he couldn't help himself, y'all.
And these, these pyramids. I mean, at the end of the day, we still haven't necessarily been able to mimic that. So, I mean, that's not.
If we wanted to make pyramids right now, we can make pyramids.
We could.
Oh, yeah, we could.
We absolutely
definitely could.
But
all these buildings
but with the lack of stuff that they had,
we're saying with what we have,
right?
we can build
technology,
almost anything.
Yeah. But what Askeladd is saying is just like a lot of these things, like
you.
What's wrong?
I mean, that's kind of.
Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
They're talking about building a space bridge, man.
We could build.
We could definitely build pyramids.
Is space even real?
We get 3D.
It's real.
It's real. Is the moon landing real?
I'm trolling, man.
Hey, just for the record, Keenan's a flat earther, guys.
No, I'm not.
Flat earther.
Don't let that video fool you. That we're having some fun.
But he basically touches on this thing that I think is really interesting, is that, in time, like time beats all of us. And with a lot of these ancient civilizations or anybody built with any kind of power, like you just kind of wear down and go out with a whimper. And he's just like, I don't really want to do that, which leads him to the next couple decisions that come up real soon. Because as they're watching the sunrise, a messenger from
which was a dope shot. Like they looked like they were homies in that shot because they like had that side view and it's like both of them overlooking the horizon. I'm like, they look like they like homies, which is very much different.
Yeah. But as the messenger arrives and he's just like, oh, I'm with the prince's men, and basically some shit went down, and we get a cutaway to what happened back at London Bridge. ThorKell got tired of waiting, and he came out swinging.
Yeah, he came for him.
And while they were waiting on him, like ThorKell came out like again with his baseball bat and started taking people down and ripped up the tent that the prince was praying in, and is just like, "You're coming with me." So
this is one thing I say about the prince. He didn't really budge.
No. He didn't.
I would have freaked the fuck out. Just snatching my whole tent up.
Yeah, he was like, Jesus. He was like, Christianity got me. Jesus got me. I'm good, fam.
He's ready to be a martyr at that point.
Like,
he's ready to meet his maker. He's like, I just finished praying. My soul is clean.
Don't get me wrong. The prince with that shit on his hair,
he look hard.
How long his hair is, that shit look hard.
He look hard as hell.
You keep thinking he's gonna do something cool. He hasn't so far.
Like when he was standing in that pasture, and his hair was blowing in the wind. He had that helmet on when his dad was talking about him. I'm like, hey, he looked like he about to do some
He gonna
shit.
get busy out here.
Nah, he's just sitting there, sword still in his sheath. Doesn't come out for this. His men get scattered, which is where this guy came from. And he's just like, I'm trying to meet up with the main Danish army so we can get the prince back because ThorKell's got him right now.
Yeah.
And and Askeladd weighs his option and goes, all right, cool, and slices that dude's head off right where he stands. He's just like, all right, guys, this is where we make our big play.
Yeah.
He's like, we're not going to meet up with the main Danish army. We're going to go get Canute back ourselves, and we're going to bring him back to the king, and we're going to take the rewards for rescuing the prince. And and if we don't go out, or if we got to go up against ThorKell, then maybe we'll go out with a bang.
I feel like greed is the only downfall for Askeladd.
Yeah, that's
he
what
don't
he's
really give a fuck about. He agreed for glory. I don't think it's really necessarily money because he even said it when he was talking to his uncle. Like, he don't really give a fuck about money like that. He just wants the glory in battle, kind of like ThorKell wants. Like, but
Does he? I feel like things have been done for money though.
He wants money like for his men, and I think he wants the buy-in from his men. But I don't think he really cares about money because he even said it to his uncle. He was just like, bro, you can like this money shit is nothing to me. Like, you can take that shit, but like I want to be known in battle. Like, I want to be like that guy, and I want my men to respect me for that. And I think it's a respect thing more than a money thing for him at this point.
I could totally see that because even when those guys from the Joms Vikings show up and they're just like, oh, how did Thor's die? He's like, regular.
Yeah,
and he's just like, because he doesn't want his legend to be superseded by Thor's. Of like, oh, he like took out all my guys, didn't kill any one of them. He's just like, no, we killed him. He just died like a bitch.
Yeah.
So I could totally see, his
legacy for glory though, not necessarily money.
I think it's a combo of both. But
I agree with Keenan.
It's a combo of both.
Well, I mean, because the thing is, like,
literally everything. I was gonna say real quick. He even says it in the show, like, bro, we're easily bought. We do all these battles for money.
Yeah.
But then he also said he told his uncle, like, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I said
I think it's more
combo.
so for his crew. Money for his crew, money for his people. But himself, I don't think money is a thing. I think he knows that in order for his crew to survive, in order for his crew to respect him, he has to feed them and give them money and the spoils of war. So it's like, all right, let me give y'all this shit so y'all can be happy. Let me give my uncle this shit so we can thrive as my country. But like him as a person, if money wasn't a thing, he would still be fighting. And he just based off the respect of his men. I don't think he cares about money at all.
I think I agree with Keenan.
It's a combo of both.
A couple examples would be the fight with Thor's. Is that he could have had an honorable way to end that fight if that was all he was worried about was glory. He could have died and gone to Valhalla at that moment.
No, because his men saw him. That's the thing. His men, like that's.
No, I 100% get that. But he fought
an
an honorable battle and was going to die and lose that battle and just let it be that. That would be an honorable death. That is exactly the way that ThorKell would have died.
But
in
then
that
his
fight.
family
That's the way
wouldn't
Thorfinn would have died in that fight. You know what I'm saying? If Thorfinn would have been Askeladd in the fight against Thor's, then Thorfinn would have just died. He would have let his men have to figure out what to do after he was dead because he's a warrior. He's all about the honor. He's about the glory. But that's my point. If he was only about the honor and the glory, he would have died in the first couple.
No, he still wanted his men because he knew if he dies, his men don't do anything. His men suffer. His men don't get any money. He don't.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying though is you're speaking to like personal glory though. You're saying if he's really about this personal glory,
he's glory to his he's about his team and his men and his glory.
No, he
like
is that too. But then on the other side of it, if he really wanted glory for his men and his team, then when they took the castle over from the prince, they would have split the gold and the glory. You know what I'm saying? They just took all the gold.
Yeah,
but because he knew that wasn't a thing. Like,
no, but it would have been though.
And he's away from his people.
But the thing is, you also have to understand this. Like what he did in that battle is something that could be of legend. It's like, they took their boats over land to land them, and like the strategic way that they won that victory.
But he did that to bring all of that stuff back. He did that to win. He did that to bring that stuff back to his country. But my point being, though, is if you're interested in glory and interested in glory for your men, then what you do is you let those stories of how you won these battles be the songs. Which he did. He went back to his country and told, like, I mean, if you go back to your country and ask you how you win, like that's going to be the thing.
But the thing is, it's about the other army singing your praises. Is what I'm saying. That's the way that war works. Is that if you see the movie like Troy, for example. Like if you remember, like Achilles with the Brad Pitt version of Troy, Achilles, their boat sped ahead of all the other boats to land on the Greek shore. They landed there first and took the entire beach by themselves, as the rest of the army witnessed them doing that. The only reason they did that was for the glory of Achilles and his men. Like they didn't have to do that. So what I'm saying is that exact same situation was presented here. And Askeladd didn't
that
take
island
the glory.
in France didn't mean like nothing to them. They just wanted to help the prince to.
No, but I'm saying though, when it comes to like glory spreading and all that kind of stuff,
that's
that
a part
is
of
really
it.
important. So But yeah, all I'm saying is that's what's up.
Yeah.
I don't think money is a thing for him.
All right, well,
Well,
I agree to disagree per usual.
Yeah.
so anyway,
I feel like Brennan gave.
And I gave
Wait,
mine. He
I get- I- he gave-
blatantly said money isn't an object. So what the fuck are y'all talking
And
about?
he blatantly said that it is
He
at
said
times.
it's not a thing. He said for my crew.
He said both.
He
He
said,
said both.
Okay,
so
so
he's a hypocrite then. That's we'll just keep it
No,
at
I'm
that.
saying
I mean,
he's
he
like-
very
I think
well
like
could
so.
be. He does. He's not a guy with a lot of scruples. So the next episode starts out. They're on the. It's ThorKell and his crew. They're making their way through the woods. I guess headed back to somewhere. I'm not even sure where they're headed. But they've got Canute and his entourage tied up, and they're kind of they're basically joking around on Jesus. They're just
they
like
fired
what about
Jesus
these
all the way up?
Yeah, they're just like, this Christianity, like, look at their God. I saw their statue of their God once. Dude kind of looked weak.
Yeah.
Like, you can see
They're
this
like, oh,
man's
but
ribs.
he's a magician. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he can walk on water and, like, turn water into wine. Like, that's not even good magic. Like,
fuck outta here.
Odin and Thor are way cooler than that.
I mean, if back then, if you're going off, if religion was like, if you're going off who you're gonna worship, like a lot of people worship warriors. They
Yeah.
worship like, yo, this person did all this stuff in battle, so that's why we fuck with you because you're the bravest. I get why people probably just like
son.
this Jesus dude.
They're not impressed.
What is he doing?
They're not
and
impressed.
then you got these other guys that can fucking do all this other type of shit, and
Yeah, and it's,
the gods of thunder, they can
Yeah.
control lightning and thunder and shit like that. And Poseidon and all
Yeah,
them people,
they-
like
yeah.
all these are like warrior type gods.
yeah.
Who fought? Who was out there in the
Yeah.
field?
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, back then, especially how it was at least painted, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might
It
be
looked-
fucking with the
Yeah.
Thors and the Odins,
Especially because, back in the day, it was just like there were the takers and the people that got took. And,
Yeah.
like, at
Yeah.
this point, like, it's the
Yeah.
Christians that are getting took.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
they're getting- yeah.
Because I mean, look at Canute. He's a pacifist. They're just like, yeah, like they even asked the prince or the priest, like, yeah, which do you think is better? Like, you're the expert on Jesus, and he's just like, man, I don't care. Like, whoever created booze,
because he's a drunkard.
he's a fucking alcoholic
He's
for
yeah.
sure.
drunk as fuck.
He probably only
Which
became
is,
a priest
I
so
think
he
they
could drink
went hard
wine,
in the paint
you know?
unnecessarily on Christianity. Like they really
Yeah.
went hard in the paint. Like whoever
did.
wrote this, like a little bit too much. I'm not a Christian, so it's just like I believe in God. That's it. But like they went super hard, and
They did.
and I was like, damn, what?
No, that's good.
But they so anyway,
Yeah.
they have that whole
They went
moment.
hard on Jesus.
They go hard on Jesus, and
I feel like somebody from that like runs the podcast is like a Christian. It's like, shut the fuck up. All right, keep this podcast. I will shut this whole shit down. That's how that whole thing just kind of like.
oh my god, put some respect on his name. So anyway, they're making their way through, and then all of a sudden they realize they're surrounded by Ragnar's men who have caught up to them. And they're just like, give us the prince, give us Ragnar, and you guys won't have any problems.
You're surrounded by 2,000 men.
And he's already just like, that's a bunch of shit.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
why
no
would they
fucking
announce
way.
it? Yeah.
They tell us they don't have that many, and Thorkell's
Yeah.
just like, all right, you can have him back, but I still want the fight. Like, you
Yeah.
can have him back, but we're coming. And so like
I love ThorKell.
He's just like
Yeah.
baiting him into it. He's just like, oh yeah, if you guys want to just leave, you can leave if you're a bunch of cowards or
Little
whatever.
bitches.
ass bitches.
And Ragnar's just like, no, please do not, like, put your swords back. We need to get the fuck out of here and regroup. And
They're like, no, our honor. It's like, yeah,
They charge
I'd be
in.
one of the guys to be like, yeah, okay, guys, let's all. No, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like no.
so they charge
Just
in.
from an outnumber standpoint, not from I'm scared to fight. It's just like
It'd be I'm scared to
It's
fight.
just scared to fight.
I would
to
be
this
scared to
motherfucker.
fight.
They bruh.
They
They
should've
saw
been.
what he did.
yeah.
They should have been, because Thorkell in this fight ends up, he's going back to episode 1 form where he's just like slicing
Yo.
through
This was his
entire
dopest
trees,
moment
3,
to
4
me.
dudes at a time.
Let me
like-
tell you something, man. This motherfucker was cutting grass
Yeah.
with his bare hands. With
Yeah.
with an axe. That's
Yeah.
what he was doing. Because these
Yeah.
motherfuckers were getting chopped heads, bodies,
4 at a
arms.
time.
Yeah.
He was cutting through multiple people's plus tree. This dude, he came in this show kicking. He's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he hasn't stopped. And he's smart. That's what I like about this more than anything.
He's smart. He's
he
funny.
He knew like. Well, he's about to talk about it.
Well, yeah, because like as they're fighting, they smell some charcoal in the distance. They turn around, there's some smoke. Askeladd crew and crew are there, and they're playing the third side. They're just like, we're basically just gonna turn this whole thing into chaos and see who comes out on top.
and clean up.
Basically clean up. Yeah, and so they start a forest fire.
I think that Askeladd is a very smart dude. I don't know if this is when it well, The Art of War. I know that's a pretty old book, but it was based on what?
It
Like
wasn't.
Hannibal stuff, like about how he did war.
No, because Art of War was a Chinese writer.
Yeah,
so
it
it
was.
would have been
Art of
like-
War. But who was the other one? That I think they based their they based their stuff off of Hannibal, the warrior Hannibal.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I forgot. Anyways, they did something. They learned from somebody to where that's where he's getting this shit from. He's like, all right, if I can't physically beat you, I'm gonna do shit like smoke you out.
Right.
I'm gonna surround you by this type of thing. That's why Askeladd to me is right now the best warrior in this show.
Yeah.
Because he's immediately just like,
He's like the fucking Goblin Slayer.
a little bit.
Yeah, I give him that.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah, he's Goblin Slayer
is.
for sure.
I get what you're saying, but I don't want to give.
He's got a plan for everything.
Yeah.
And ThorKell, he sees it and he respects it. He's just like, somebody else. Player 3 has just entered the match.
Yeah. we have another player here, guys.
Yeah,
He's just like, I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah.
So they start this fire, and Askeladd,
Fucks up
he's just
everybody.
like, all right, guys, like we just basically sit back here and wait. Thorfinn, you're up. Go get us the prince. And they just dump a bucket of water on him, and he's about to charge into that fire, just like some sort of like stunt man or some shit like that. And
Reminds
he
me of,
rides
like,
off
some
on his
stuff
horse.
I saw Wolverine do at some point.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So Thorfinn rides off into the fire, and we go back to Ragnar and his men. They're trying to group up. They're getting lost in the smoke, and there's a few guys that almost stab each other that are almost on the same side, and they're not really able to tell who it is. And as Ragnar's just like, all right, guys, like with the prince, me and the prince, we're over here, so stop like stabbing us. And a few guys like announce themselves like, all right, we're coming over, we're friendly. And then they come out the pointy side first, and they're just like, oh, you shouldn't have announced yourself.
Clown ass.
Pretty much. But Thorfinn jumps, his horse, fully on fire, rides through the crowd as they're squaring off, and Thorfinn jumps in and joins the fight. And ThorKell is close behind him, and he kind of tells him, this is when they have the moment of, he's just like, listen, I knew your dad, like, you can take the prince this time. I'm not even interested in fighting you at this point, like, because I know you're a warrior. He's even saying, like, because Thorfinn finishes off a few guys, and when ThorKell shows up, he's just like, oh yeah, you underestimated him, didn't you?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you get that guy's not a joke. Y'all gotta watch that man.
You shouldn't have done that, because his dad is Thor's, the one dude who was stronger than me.
Yeah.
And
Dog, the fact that Thor's is stronger than ThorKell.
yeah.
And
we
but I'm saying that
we saw it, but god damn,
Nobody even challenged this man. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Thor's like Askeladd was the closest thing that we saw to a challenge to him, and he really wasn't.
But we didn't get a chance to see Thor's do what ThorKell's doing.
Yeah. I want to see ThorKell fight Thor's, like if they ever do a flashback where like they had to like
see who's number one or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
hope
gonna be
they
he's
show
gonna be
that.
quicker. You know, he's just gonna be quicker. He's gonna get the knife to his throat or
he's gonna
the
be
sword to his
smart,
throat.
like, do
Not the
something to
end.
outsmart him.
Yep.
He's going to outsmart him, probably.
That's dope, man. Thor's though, like Keenan said, we saw a little bit of it. Thor's legend just keeps growing and growing and growing to the point like they might have to just do a spinoff on like.
I would love to see the prequel. I would love to see the
That'd be
prequel.
crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So ThorKell's just like, listen, like your old man, like he's a good buddy of mine. Like for just on that, like you and me, we're good. Like, but like I still want to do that fight, but next time. Now's not good. Too much fire, all that. Like next time, you take the prince for now. I'll see you again soon. So Thorfinn brings back he brings back Canute and Ragnar to Askeladd and his crew. They're doing the cleanup job, you know, striking down people with arrows, waiting for Thorfinn to come back. And as always, people are like, he's probably dead, but he never is. Thorfinn comes
it's like
back out of the fire.
Anime, like, you know, and it'd be this. They do a big attack and then it's all that smoke and it's like, oh, he's good. And then the smoke clears, like, oh, you're still here.
You're still here.
What? At this particular point, I understand that they think he's dead because they're dealing with somebody like ThorKell.
Yeah.
But if it's anything else, the kid ain't dead, bro.
No.
Yeah.
He's a survivor. So he comes out of the woods, and Ragnar's just like, so I know you guys are the ones that started the fire at this point. That was super reckless. And he's just like, but it worked.
Yeah.
Askeladd's just like, it worked though. He's like, yeah, you basically
shut the fuck up.
you made it, so we have to rely on you. So I now charge you with bringing the prince back to the main army. We got to start moving now before ThorKell and his men regroup. So the next episode, that's basically where they're at. They're on the run. Askeladd's like trying to. Well, actually, the episode ends. He's just like, oh, I got to see the prince's face.
Yeah.
And we see it's some
He looks like a girl.
Inosuke stuff from Demon Slayer.
Beautiful.
So the next episode, that face seems to really trouble or really put something in the mind of Askeladd. We don't know exactly what it is yet.
Yeah.
Right.
But he
doesn't
got
trust
some
him.
plans.
Pretty
Pretty
much.
boy motherfucker.
He basically reads his face. He's just
Pretty
like, this dude's no king.
Yeah.
Never liked you.
He's weak. So
Back City.
so they're on the run from ThorKell and his guys, and they've got their ears due telling them all the time, like they're getting closer and closer. It's gonna be it's just a matter of time at
Brennan's
this
guy
point.
right there.
Yeah, I
before
like
they
the ears
catch up.
guy a lot.
Yeah.
He said, hey, tell that conehead motherfucker to shut up.
Shut your ass up. I can hear your ass breathing, man.
It was great.
I'm working.
But while they're on the run, they stop. They see this boatman, and Askeladd gives him a message and just like, no, I need you to deliver it to the shore over there. It's a letter for reinforcements, and all his guys are just like, he says we're getting reinforcements. I don't know who the hell's over there. Like we're in the middle of enemy territory.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is gonna help us?
Right.
And it's not too long before they meet up with these guys. They meet up with them kind of in this foggy dock area, and it's a bunch of Welsh dudes. Which Wales is a small country right next door. It's in the United Kingdom, but not a part of England.
Right.
And so the Welsh guys end up bringing him on their ships, and they bring him across, and ThorKell's men see it, and they report back, and they're just like, yeah, some English dudes helped him, and he's just like, nah, that's the Welsh over there. So Askeladd's got some allies here in England. I don't know if he's originally Welsh or something like that.
There's
or
something to it, yeah.
Maybe his
but
family.
no, they said it.
What
They
did
talked
say?
to it. They said that he was just like, I don't give a fuck about you. Like, you said that he put in a letter that he's with the prince.
Yeah,
because of that, they're gonna use that.
Yeah,
as
but they
a
also knew
bargaining
Askeladd
chip.
anyway.
Yeah,
though.
he's like, I have allies here amongst the Welsh. So he
Yeah.
spent some time over here or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
And so the guy the Welsh or general or whatever who saves him, he's just like, listen, I didn't help you for free.
Yeah.
You know, he tells the prince, like, if you guys win this, if you come out the other side, I want to guarantee from you, like, you know, fuck around with the English all you want.
Yeah.
Just stay out of Wales. I want that promise from you. And
bitch ass prince couldn't even say it.
oh, the prince who is just killing me. This guy who we thought was going to be cool, he's just like, we finally see this dude talk. He's just like, he spots a bird and he's just like,
it's like Michael Jackson.
Ragnar, give me that bird. He's so close. I want
Don't
that
you
bird.
climb trees?
And
Yeah,
so-
bills and shit.
And so when this Welsh general's just like, yo, I need you to promise me you're not going to come back here with your army once we help you out. And he just like whispers something in Ragnar's ear, and Ragnar's just like, he says we'll do that, but you got to give us a bunch of ships first.
3 ships.
You got to give us 3 ships. And the general's just like,
Let me hear
unless
him
he
say it.
said it,
Mm.
I'm not fucking taking that deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to
I wanna
speak up
talk
for
to him.
himself, which I respect.
I don't respect any man that tugs on another man.
Mm.
As soon as you do this,
Yeah.
hey, can I?
Tell him.
The respect is gone, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't no prince no more, bro.
Yeah,
You
so-
a bitch.
I'm not. I'm with Askeladd at this point, who's just like, I just look in this man's eyes and I just see bitch in him.
You a
It's
It's
Yeah.
kind of how I
like,
looked at Donald Trump the first time I
Common
saw
and
him.
Yeah,
cube.
just
I see
like,
the
he's
bitch in you.
not about shit. So that's where they've got to go from here on out. And
You met Donald Trump in person?
No, I'm just saying
No,
in
no,
general.
it's
When he's like
cool.
running for president, I'm just like, nah.
Nah.
You're a bitch.
Nah, anybody paying attention could have told you
Yeah.
long before that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they're on the road, and the Askeladd's been talking with the Welsh general, and he's just like, you think this is gonna work out? He's just like, man, I don't know. We'll see. But the general's just like, don't worry, I'm gonna get you through Wales. We're gonna hook you up with your guys. We're gonna get you through there. People are a little bit worried that they have to go through basically the rest of England, but Askeladd's just like, nah, this is way better. If we'd gone out on the sea, we'd be sitting ducks.
Yeah.
So,
I think what's so dope about all of this, and I think it kind of puts stuff in perspective for me. Like last week, and I went on a field trip, and they were talking about like how old people like the Hohokam tribe, like they would walk from Arizona to fucking California, and it'd take them
Goddamn.
forever to get there. Like he just knew where Wales was. Like all
Yeah.
of these people, when they went and fought and stuff, granted they had like the stars and all of that, but like their sense of direction is fucking unmatched.
I
Like,
agree.
Unbelievable.
I
Yeah,
can't
they
even get
had
down
to.
the
It's part of-
street.
It's part of
without
survival,
GPS.
though. The thing is, if we didn't have all that stuff, then we would have been the same way.
Right.
So it's like it just wasn't important for our survival. If it was, then we'd know directions like crazy too.
I would say, fuck all that, bro. You
Yeah.
telling me I gotta walk 700 miles,
Right.
and then I gotta fight too?
yeah.
Right.
That's my main. When I'm watching all this shit, that's all I'm thinking about. Is like, yo, dog, my feet hurt.
Right.
My feet are hurt knowing that they got to march this long, and then they got to go into a full-on battle and give
After
it all
that.
they got.
Yeah.
And
his
keep that same energy.
Keep
Like,
that's insane, bro.
Yeah,
wild.
It's wild.
nuts. And his men, they're feeling it. They're just like, I don't know how much longer we can do this. But as Askeladd and the general, they're riding up in the front, and they see the emissaries from the next kingdom, and he's just like, you said we were cool with these guys, right? And he's like, yeah, they told us we were cool. And then the ears man comes riding up from behind. He's
My
just
homie.
like,
We're surrounded.
we're surrounded. And soon enough, yeah, they see a bunch of archers up on the hillside, and they're pointing their arrows at the prince, and Thorfinn grabs his shield and he's ready to go in. And I think this next episode's gonna be pretty crazy.
Yo.
bloodbath.
Yeah,
I'm trying
A
to
slobber
figure out how they got the upper hand, and Thorfinn's like, I'm about to kill these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like he's like, there's
But I'm just saying,
arrows-
like, when does he ever back down?
I'm not saying that, but just the fact that like he's just looking up like, let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
what
dude
else he
is-
gonna do?
bruh.
I like this show just because it has competing characters that you want to make your favorite. At least that's how I feel. Like,
Yeah.
I fuck with Thorfinn. I fuck
Wait.
with Thor's before he died. I
What's
fuck
your
with
rating?
Asklad. I fuck with ThorKell. Like everybody.
I want to know what your rating is after you said that.
Of what, the show?
These
Are
last
we,
4 episodes.
Are we doing that right now? Is that
Yeah, I
we just
mean,
gonna
that,
hop into
that
it?
was the last.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
well,
it.
that was
That's
it.
cliffhanger ending.
This gonna sound, y'all might give me shit about it, but like, right now it's like a 7,500. But it's just like, for me, I don't know. It's just something nagging me about this show that is something missing. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, it's something that I'm just not getting from this show that I need to pinpoint it for me to even say that. I'm gonna try to pinpoint it.
Right.
But it's something from the show that's like, I don't know. That's just not like sticking it all the way.
Yeah.
And I can't pinpoint it yet, so I know I sound crazy, but I will. And if I can't, then it'll get a higher score. But like, it's a dope show.
Right.
And yeah,
Rob?
No, I actually agree with that. I think I gave it a 7,200 this the week before. I would say this is more like a 7,000 even, or maybe a 68. This last stretch of episodes. I like the first 2, but I mean, ThorKell's great. Really enjoying his contribution to the show. He's a cool character. I'm enjoying him a lot. But this whole storyline with the prince, I'm just not
fucking
interested
with the prince
Yeah,
at
no,
all.
he
I'm
did,
not.
yeah.
I
He
do not
texted
like the
group
prince.
chat.
I don't know why I'm supposed to care at this point.
Be real, Rob. Did he fuck up the ranking for you?
He did. No, absolutely. No, the prince is the reason why this took a bit of a dive.
But maybe they did
last
that
4.
for like, so you can understand like how much of a bitch he is. I think
I
they
mean,
just
maybe.
doubled down on the bitch.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, especially because the king's whole thing is like, no, we need to make sure that Canute can prove that he's worthy of command and like lead these people, and he just can't.
He can't.
He's shown time and time again he just can't. And I think maybe what might happen, because there was a little bit of confusion of identity between Thorfinn and Canute at one point in episode 4 of this last stretch. I think there might be a situation where they might switch a little bit, and Thorfinn will fight as the prince, to get him some reputation, but it'll all be to get Askeladd more favors and and just like, oh, the kingdom's indebted to him because this dude's not king without Askeladd and his crew helping him to get the reputation he has.
That's some Hercule shit.
But anyway, Brendan, what are you thinking?
I'll go 7,300. I think these are the weakest 4-episode stretch that we've seen thus far. But it's not so much that the show is weak or these 4 episodes are weak in any stretch. Like, I love ThorKell too. I love the flashback. I love I was able to bring that back to the first episode. I do agree with Ice. There is something that I feel like I want more from the show, but I feel like something may be missing. But I also feel like it's something that's probably going to come. Is what it feels like.
That's why I'm not really like holding it to that. But I don't know. It's just.
So I really like this show. Like, I'm really in it, and this has been one of the harder shows for me to not continue watching. And not, stop watching after 4 episodes. Typically, every single week thus far, I've watched all 4 next episodes the same day we record this podcast. So like
even
today,
us 3, we
watched the 3
we was
episodes.
like, oh, let's just watch an episode, and then
We
you
watched
left
3.
after the first one, but we ended up watching 3 of them. So it's like
when
like that, like we
they go
didn't
so
even,
fast.
Yeah.
It does go very fast.
All right, and so what about you, Keenan?
I went down to like about a 74, 7,500. But I do trust this show. Cause I'm with you. It's like just these episodes, but I do trust this show to get it done because it's gotten it done. I think it tells a pretty good story. So I trust that they're gonna give a reason why the prince is a hoe ass nigga. They have to. If they don't, then I'll be highly
hope
disappointed.
he comes back and does something dope. But
Something
at this
hopeful.
point,
I do
At this
too.
point, I don't know.
At least make a boss move, like not necessarily do something in battle, but just like Thorfinn, you my second in command, or you like some boss shit.
Yeah.
All right. So let us know, guys, what y'all think of these last stretch. These with 9 through 12. Give us your rating from out of a 9,000. So let us know what you guys think in the comment section.
Yep.
Whether it's on YouTube, on Instagram, whatever. And you can follow us at. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I'm RV Danger on Instagram.
Ice Dot McGowan.
At Mr. Producer Face.
At Keenan Baker. We'll see you guys next week. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye.
And so anime was solved forever.